Let's normalize staying in. I'm literally wearing one of my favorite hats I got at the Renaissance Festival. Super soft. It is, I think, made out of an alpaca. This right here, if you can see, is also an alpaca made out of an alpaca. And I was like, I saw it at the farmer's market and I was like, oh my gosh, this would be such a perfect gift for one of my nieces. But it's also super soft. And so I took it home with me and now I'm enjoying it. Something about it, once you have felt alpaca fur, you can't go back. Like, this is the softest hat I've ever worn. I love it. It's my favorite. And now that I have a place of my own, I can just literally do whatever I want and wear this because I can. And too often I feel like people in their 20s and 30s get a little peer pressured to go out because when we're on Instagram and Facebook, I'm not on Facebook. I don't know who uses Facebook. I'm just kidding. But low key, everyone's on Instagram and I see a lot of people post every weekend that they're out and about clubbing. And to be honest, I miss it. I miss shaking ass. But I also pay way too much money to not fully be present in my apartment. I pay way too much money. I really do. So I need to make it worth it and actually stay in more. I don't go out. I'm not saying I need to stay in more because I go out, but I need to stay in more because I eat out too much. That's my problem. Some girls have a shopping addiction. I have a food addiction. I love to eat. I love to munch. Not just eating in itself, but the experience of eating and being in a beautiful environment, just the ambiance of a restaurant, the lighting, the music really pulls it all together. And I just love the experience. I pay for the experience, is what I'm saying. There's times where I go to a speakeasy or jazz, whatever, and just have a $20 drink and listen to some good music, where that $20 could go towards an actual bottle that could last me longer than one night. So that's just some things I've noticed because I'm just starting to think and reflect back on my expenses because as I'm getting older, I'm like, wait a minute, funds are looking a little low. And I'm like, where is all my money going? And so I'm trying to make it a habit of going through my bank statements. Yes, I just said that. I feel like I'm getting old. Literally go through my bank statements every month and see where my money's going and kind of find a middle ground on how much money I need to spend. And, when I was in college, I was working as a server and I would I went a whole good year and a half, spending $300 a month on groceries. I was very, very disciplined because when you are on a tight budget, you're really trying to budget like to the max. Now that I elevated my lifestyle in some ways, I feel like, oh, I could eat out today and tomorrow and the next day. And it just, I'm realizing it. I'm like, ooh, the funds are looking low. And so I need to stay in. And that's what I've been trying to do more often. And hopefully by making this episode, I can remind myself and others to not just to stay, but like to reassure you that it's okay to stay in and enjoy your rent. Because if you are living with a roommate or living on your own, you know that things add up and it's not cheap to breathe. It's really not. And I feel like if I step foot outside my apartment, there's at least $50 deducted from my card because I find a way. I find a way to eat. I'm so embarrassed because I'm always spending money on food. It's beyond me. It's either bubble tea or French fries or noodles or socks. Lately, I've been on a hunt to find good quality socks because I've been spending money on really cheap quality socks that, you get a whole pack of 5 for $20. But those socks suck. I feel like having a good pair of socks really matters, and it just changes the way you walk, and the experience of having warm, fuzzy, comfortable, non-slip socks makes a difference when it's gonna be 20 degrees in literally a few weeks. So let's normalize having comfortable socks too. I feel like it's time to find the right socks for you, ones that don't slip while you walk and ones that are warm enough and thick enough that keep you warm. So that's just my little tangent. This is supposed to be an intro, and here I am just recording on the spot. But that's okay because I talk to myself a lot, and I like to remind myself that it's okay, it's normal. Yeah. But really, I feel like a lot of people in their 20s and 30s feel pressured to go out because we see our peers out and about, having fun, out with friends on the weekends, and it looks fun and all, but think about the hangovers after. Think about the hangovers the next day, and your funds looking low the next day, and waking up to some random person the next day, and just filled with regrets the next day. That's something I don't miss. The regrets and the hangovers and feeling like shit. It's just like, it's not a one night thing. It's like a whole weekend. It's like Friday, Saturday, you're out, and then you have a hangover, and then Sunday's like recovery, and you really don't have time to fully rest. And then you go on, tackle the week on half awake. So I think that it's really important to normalize staying in more and doing things that matter, things that help you reset, rejuvenate, get ready for the next week. And something I've picked up too is watercoloring. I watercolor for fun. Even though it's pretty rough, but it is all a learning lesson. It really is. Watercoloring takes patience, as anything, as any hobby that you pick up, whether it's dancing, whether it's cooking, baking, writing, songwriting, creating music, whatever it is. It takes time, and you have to be okay to not be good at it the first few times. You have to be okay with not being good at it, you know? I feel like we have so much false expectations for when we start something new, like, oh, let me start on this project, and hopefully in a week I can create this whole plan, or hopefully in a week I can finish this song, or hopefully in a week I can get halfway into this book. Like, be so for real. Be so for real. I feel like that's where a lot of people fail, is because they have these expectations for themselves and think that they should be here when it takes time, because you have to go through the period of trial and error, and I feel like I'm constantly going through that phase and stage, of trial and error and experimentation. I think it's beautiful, it's fun, it's painful, but that's where you learn. That's really where you develop as a person, and your ideas keep changing. So that is just my little tangent for you guys. This really didn't have a main, I guess. Usually with all my episodes, I like to kind of note down some things I want to discuss, but this was kind of a one and done take, and I'm really glad that I got to just go with the flow, and have some meaningful conversations about enjoying your rent, because I like to remind myself more often than not these days to stay in, and I should be grateful that I have a place, a roof over my head, and I should just enjoy my rent because I love being here. I love my apartment, and I love to stay in on the weekends and not spend money on food. I just love saving so much, and I think it's really helping my wallet, but my mental health is declining a little, but that's okay. At least we're saving money, right? No, I'm just kidding. I am finding other ways to help and take care of my mental health by sleeping, taking naps, bubble baths, the huge, and taking up watercoloring to ease my mind, because now that I'm on social media a lot more often for work, I need to get my mind and my eyes off a screen and do something tangible and do something fun and creative and just watercolor, experiment, fail at it. And I just laugh and giggle because I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks like something a 5-year-old would do. But that's okay. That's okay. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I will see you on another episode real soon. Mwah. Ciao.